Accessories, over accessorizing, under accessorizing. What is it? Let me remind you, girls, accessories are not just decoration. Hello my angels, welcome back to another video. I'm Chelsea, and in today's video I'm gonna be giving you guys 6 tips to be extremely stylish. Sorry if you see me throughout this whole video like messing around with my hair. It's because it's new and I just don't know how I feel about it, so I'm still like on the fence. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, the color, everything. It's kind of reddish. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but yeah, let's get into the video. First thing I'm going to be talking about is separating your closet into 2. I wouldn't advise anyone to go out of their way and start shopping for a brand new wardrobe in order to be stylish, because most of the things you want are already in your closet. So the first step you need to take is to separate your clothes into key pieces of clothing and your basic items. What this means is whenever you're building an outfit, you have your basic items for the perfect base and a few key items or key pieces to pull the outfit together. For example, a white pair of jeans, a white basic t-shirt. That is your base. Now, how do we step this basic outfit up is by adding maybe a gray sweater or a gray vest, a gray cardigan, any color of your choice, and you pair that with a black belt to break up the whites in the outfit, a little bracelet, a cap, and a bag. That would be your key item. Or sometimes if your outfit is extremely basic, you would need to layer a few key items together to make the outfit really pop. And if you want to, I would advise that if you want to elevate your style just a little bit when you've already found your personal style and you already know what you like, buying pieces that are interesting or have a little piece of interesting detailing to it that just speaks to you would really elevate your closet by maybe settling into getting a few rings that you like. Or if you wear glasses, buy glasses with a particular type of frame, a particular type of color, because that is something you wear every day. But how do you make this a part of you and who you are, the personal style? And how to elevate that is if you love wearing your glasses, or just wearing if you have to, like if you're bound to wear glasses, because like I can't see and I have to wear my glasses, I would go out of my way to search for the perfect lenses, the perfect frame, the perfect color, and things like that would just elevate clothes that you already have. And if you want to work on your key pieces, I would suggest clothing that have interest, vests, and also things that can go on top of basic outfits. Now, speaking of going on top of basic outfits, I'm going to be telling you about number 2, which is the 3rd piece rule. Now, what is the 3rd piece rule? The 3rd piece rule means an outfit with just the top and the bottom can feel pretty incomplete, but adding a 3rd piece like a blazer, a statement belt, a unique layering piece can instantly make you look and feel more polished and just intentional. Like if the top has nothing interesting going for it, it's just a basic white top, but you want to kind of elevate that, adding a blazer with detailing to that. Or in the summer, if you are wearing a basic outfit, chiffon scarves. I'm so into chiffon scarves lately. A nice little light chiffon scarf as a 3rd piece to break up the outfit and just make it more elevated. And especially in the winter, which is why be more intentional with what type of coats you buy, what type of fabric they're made out of, whether they keep you warm or not. You know what they say about fabric, that your coat is basically your outfit, meaning your 3rd piece, your final clothing that goes onto your body, is your outfit. So invest in coats that are very, very interesting, coats that make you want to wear it every day, coats that keep you warm, stylish, and just very classy. I think, in fact, going for fun little colors with your coats is also cute, because I'm a very minimal type of girl. I don't really wear a lot of color. If I wear color, it's gonna be either pink or blue. Very rare. If I buy an item of clothing, it needs to have a lot of interesting details for me to feel like I need to wear it. You layer your clothes in the morning, it'll be step 1, get my base items. Step 2, put a key piece on, something that stands out. Step 3, decide what is my third piece. What is the clothing that will pull all of this together? And it makes waking up in the morning and picking out your clothes so much easier. The third point I have is the right amount of skin to show. Now, you can show as much skin as you'd like. You can show as less skin as you like, especially now with modesty being kind of like a trend. A lot of girlies are going to modest fashion or like moderate modesty, so they don't show too much. And I feel like there's no in between almost. It's like the modest girlies and then girlies that love to show it all off and slay. But to me, I feel like I always have to decide, and especially since I'm tall, there's just so much, and I have extremely long legs, there's just so much to show. If my legs and arms are both out on the same day, I kind of feel naked. In a sense, that's just what makes me like uncomfortable. So decide what amount of skin you're willing to show, or what percentage that keeps you comfortable and safe as a female. Like, stylish people master the balance between revealing and concealing. A deep neckline, pair it with full trousers, full length trousers, deep neckline. A mini skirt, balance it with long sleeves. This keeps the outfit effortlessly chic rather than like overdone and overbearing. A big example of this would be Anthony Vaccarello at Saint Laurent is the perfect example. He plays with deep cut blazers paired with long length trousers or micro shorts with oversized jackets, always balancing the kind of like sexy vibe with sophistication. Miu Miu has been doing it with the little mini shorts and a fully covered like long sleeve top. I just love that. Number 3 is learning how to play with texture contrast. Now, texture contrast is complicated for most people. How to play with the textures and the contrast and the vibes. It will be like a smooth satin skirt with a chunky knit sweater, a structured leather blazer over a soft cotton dress. Mixing and contrasting textures always adds depth and makes the outfit look so expensive. And the perfect example of this was Alexandre Michel at Gucci's I think 2023, pre-2023, was all about maximalism, texture mixing. So it was velvet with sequins and patent leather with lace. Meanwhile, if this is for like my girlies who love to go all out, would be the Gucci collection. It was maximalism to the core. And then if you want to go for like a more minimal look, the Row does that pretty well. A subtle version, meaning like heavy wools with sleek silks for quiet luxury. And I just feel like the quiet luxury term I saw from a lot of I read a lot of magazines, and they said quiet luxury is over, and I don't think it's over. I think the fact that it's quiet makes it quiet luxury. And I feel like if you don't know what quiet luxury means, is a basic simple piece that doesn't look like much, but the price tag on that piece, or something that's extremely high quality. And I think that when it's involved with quiet luxury and how it ties into playing with texture contrast, is that making an outfit look luxurious always comes down to the fabrics. Always comes down to how it looks, how it flows, how it ties in together with whatever you're wearing. And I find that extremely important, especially when you're working with satin, silk, sequins, and all of these other fabrics and high quality items that you keep in your closet, that you buy something to last you for years, not just for the price tag. And that is literally quiet luxury. And I feel like if you're a quiet luxury girly, learning how to play with textures and contrast will get you the look you want. If you're the type of girl who's a pink Pilates princess, now you know how to work with softer fabrics, pastels, color coordination, and all of these things will step into texture and contrast, because the texture, the fabric, the color, it all plays into what message you're trying to get across, how you're trying to express yourself with your clothing. The fourth one is the psychology of accessories. Now, accessories, over accessorizing, under accessorizing, what is it? And I feel like the reason why I feel like most people, or even I was in this category before, I don't wear necklaces. I just feel like it's a lot. And it's said that accessories are mostly for like a special occasion. If I'm going nowhere, why do I need to wear all of these things? But I think that accessories are not just decoration. They literally direct where people's eyes go. I'm wearing earrings, I'm wearing a bracelet, 2 of them, I'm wearing rings. And if I was to wear a bold necklace, that will draw your attention straight up to my face, because all you can see is my necklace. Or if I'm wearing my earrings and you can just see the symmetry to my face, it changes when you wear earrings. If I'm wearing droopy earrings, I look different. I feel like I look old with droopy earrings. I don't know why. If I'm wearing statement pieces, especially earrings or jewelry that has like flowers on it, like flower pattern earrings that girlies are wearing to vacation, like flowers on their ears. First thing that someone sees on you is the fact that your earrings draw their attention toward a certain body part, which is why I feel like over accessorizing kind of I don't advise to do it, and it's not my thing, because when there's a lot of accessories going on, nobody knows where to look. But when you have 1 or 2 or 3 statement pieces that you want to draw your attention, where you want someone to draw attention to, accessories is the way to go. And literally, you can make and draw attention upwards to your face, and even the simplest outfit would stand out because you have all of these gorgeous accessories on your body or your face, or just like a piercing up in your ear. That's just so much things that are so intricate, small, yet change how you are perceived immediately. And I feel like psychology of accessories was really mastered by Phoebe Philo, which is when she was in her Celine era, and known for using accessories to draw focus to an outfit with large sculptural jewelry, oversized sunglasses, bold belts that are placed intentionally to define the silhouette and add interest to extremely minimal outfits. I love that. And I feel like accessorizing, especially in my culture, I learned a lot from my aunties and my mother. My mother, she loves her a good statement necklace, a gold statement necklace. She loves her green beads. And I remember we were on a trip once, and it was somewhere in Africa, and I was too young to know, but my mom once told me this story that she was wearing green earrings and a green necklace, and they were like they were marbled. And we were in the car. Apparently she was in the car, and it was so hot, and she drew down the windows, and it was back in Congo, and someone snatched her necklace off of her in the car. Crazy stuff. Like, can you imagine how cute? I mean, this is my imagination. This person was probably just stealing, but can you imagine how cute and how like interesting that necklace must have been for him to reach into that car and snatch that off my mom's neck? Crazy stuff. She has the earrings to this day, but the necklace is unfortunately with whoever that man is. Yeah. And it's just like it just brings out something about someone, and I just feel like you need to use it very wisely before you get your necklace snatched in a train station. Last one that I have is the power of negative space in outfits. I love how I'm like titling these so like intricately, like the power of negative space in outfits. What could that be? And I feel like, since I always say this and I'll continue to repeat, fashion is an art. Fashion is an art. Fashion is a way of expressing yourself that is very powerful and almost immediate. A painting, you gotta look at it and be like, what was he trying to say with this? You know what I mean? Like, you think about it. A drawing takes years. You look at it and you're like, and the way someone interprets a painting or a drawing is always different. And I feel like that's very much the same with fashion and how art, as far as art goes. And I just feel like, just like in art and design, leaving an empty space in an outfit, like an open neckline or a cropped hem or clean lines, literally prevents visual overload and makes your styling look intentional and modern. Let's paint a picture. This is a painting. Where do your eyes go straight? And let's just say there's full of flowers. There's flowers everywhere in our painting. We've just drawn excessive amount of flowers. And right by the right corner, there's an empty space with light coming through. I know, like, people would be like, oh, there's a lot of flowers going on. The first thing you notice is the flowers. But what would you notice first? Why is this space empty? Why is this the focal point of the painting? And it's just the same with your clothes. When you leave an empty space for attention, an empty space for design, an empty space to grab someone's visual first impression of you, it really matters. And I feel like if you want to be stylish, you need to know the amount of space that you're leaving out. Not too much, unless you're that girl, but like in between, for normal people who just want to go about their day. You're just a girl in her soft life, and you want to incorporate all of these things, play with what you already have in your outfits. Leaving an empty space in between your outfits matters. You could be wearing very chunky trousers and asymmetrical top. People won't ask you about your trousers first. It'll be like, where's that top from? Because there's so you have a cropped, laid out fabric, and it's thick, and there's just nothing there. And it makes so much sense. And everybody who knows me knows I love me off the shoulder tops. If something doesn't fit me or doesn't look good on me, before I throw it out, I'd cut the hem, the neckline, just to make sure that if I wear it off the shoulder, would this look good? Would this eat? You know? And I would cut all my t-shirts because I want that off the shoulder look, because I always cover my legs. Especially these days, I wear long jeans and I feel like everything is just so stuffy almost. And how do I break this down? I just a little bit of shoulder action always works for me. I just feel like that's my way of doing it. But you need to find a way that you like to do it, whether you like to show a little teeny weeny bit of your stomach in a crop top, or your whole chest is covered up in a turtleneck, and then you're wearing a skirt but it's A-lined, or a skirt that's like asymmetrical with frills going down and a little bit of leg action and a little bit of space to catch people's attention. It's just so intriguing, modern, and intentional. It makes you look like the visuals were well thought through. And I just love that. I adore that, and I feel like everyone should get into it. So I'm telling you guys to get into it. But yes, that is all I have for today. I'm so glad you're watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and got a few things that you learned. I do get excited when I talk about these stuff. And if you don't notice, I have a different room. I've kind of moved into a new room. I have flowers and the lighting might be a little bit weird, so I apologize. But I love you so much, angels. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.